Most people think courage means never being afraid. But the truth is very different. Courage is the decision to move forward even when fear is standing right in front of you. In a small village, surrounded by forests and open fields, lived a young boy named Soren. The village was peaceful but quiet, the kind of place where every day looked almost the same as the one before. People woke early, worked hard, and rarely spoke about dreams that reached beyond the horizon. Soren grew up in a modest home at the edge of the village. He was not known for strength or confidence. In fact, most people described him as shy and quiet. When groups of boys ran through the fields, shouting and laughing, Soren usually stayed behind, watching from a distance. Fear followed him everywhere. He feared speaking in front of others. He feared trying new things. Most of all, he feared failing. Whenever he imagined doing something bold, climbing the highest hill, speaking his ideas, or chasing a big dream, his mind quickly filled with doubts. What if you fail? What if people laugh at you? What if you're not good enough? Those thoughts were like invisible chains holding him in place. One evening, while walking alone near the village market, Soren noticed a crowd gathered around a traveling performer. Curious, he pushed his way closer. At the center stood a man walking slowly across a thin rope stretched high between two wooden poles. The rope swayed slightly with every step, and the crowd watched in complete silence. Soren felt his heart race. How can he do that? He whispered to himself. The man walked carefully across the rope, step by step, until he reached the other side. The crowd erupted into applause. After the show ended, people began leaving, but Soren stayed behind. He approached the performer, who was packing his equipment. Sir, Soren asked hesitantly, weren't you afraid up there? The man looked at him with a thoughtful smile. Of course I was, he replied. Soren looked surprised. But you didn't look afraid. The performer sat down on a wooden crate and gestured for Soren to sit as well. Let me ask you something, he said. Do you think I started by walking on a rope that high? Soren shook his head. I began with a rope only a few inches above the ground, the man explained. At first, I could barely take 2 steps without falling. Soren imagined the scene. Then why didn't you quit? He asked. The man chuckled softly. Because falling taught me something every time. He picked up a small stick and drew a line in the dirt. Fear, he said, pointing at the line, is like this boundary. Most people see it and stop. They believe it's impossible to cross. He erased the line with his hand. But in reality, the boundary exists only in the mind. Soren sat quietly, absorbing every word. Before leaving, the performer gave him one last piece of advice. If you want to become brave, he said, don't fight fear. Walk through it. That night, Soren couldn't stop thinking about the rope walker's words. The next morning, he decided to try something small but difficult for him. He raised his hand in class to answer a question. His voice trembled slightly, but he finished speaking. Nothing terrible happened. The world didn't collapse. Encouraged, Soren tried another challenge the following day. He joined a group discussion he would normally avoid. Then he volunteered to help organize a village event. Each step felt uncomfortable, like balancing on a rope. Sometimes he stumbled. Sometimes he made mistakes that embarrassed him. But every experience taught him something important. Fear became weaker each time he faced it. Over the years, the shy boy began transforming into someone determined and resilient. He started pursuing knowledge with intense curiosity. He explored ideas that others considered too complicated or strange. People began noticing his courage, not the loud, dramatic kind, but the quiet courage of someone who keeps moving forward despite uncertainty. His ideas grew bigger than the small village where he had grown up. He traveled, studied, experimented, and challenged the limits of what people believed possible. Many times, his work was criticized. Many times, people doubted him. But by then, Soren had already learned the most important lesson of his life. Fear was simply another rope to walk across. Years later, he became known around the world as a bold thinker who changed how humanity understood the universe. His courage allowed him to question accepted beliefs and explore ideas far beyond his time. The shy village boy who once feared even raising his hand eventually became one of the most influential scientists in history. That boy was none other than Nikola Tesla, whose fearless imagination and relentless curiosity helped shape the modern world. His story teaches us something powerful. Fear will always appear whenever you try to grow. It will whisper that you are not ready, not capable, or not worthy. But fear loses its power the moment you take a step forward. You don't need to eliminate fear to succeed. You only need to keep walking one small step at a time. Because the path to greatness is often nothing more than a rope stretched across the unknown, waiting for someone brave enough to take the first step.